A familiar face could be coming back to lead the city of Scottsbluff, at least on an interim basis. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the Scottsbluff City Council held a special meeting this morning to begin working on a succession plan for outgoing City Manager Nathan Johnson. Johnson will be leaving by early March to take a new city manager job in Colorado, and the council met this morning to approve hiring a search firm to look for the next city manager.
First, we'll reach out, do a request for proposals from firms, and then they will be sending us information, their proposals, and from there we'll work on the process and probably involve the community in that process and that search selection for a new city manager.
Additionally, the council then took a vote to reach out to Johnson's predecessor, longtime city manager Rick Kuckkahn, to see if he'd come back and take over duties until Johnson's replacement is selected and discuss the terms of an interim contract.
Green?
No.
No. Schaub?
Yes.
Shaver?
Absolutely no.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
McCarrigan? Yes.
Afterwards, Johnson and Gonzalez talked about the prospect of Kuckkahn coming back to his old position.
I consider him a mentor, and I asked him the other day whether or not this would be something he would consider, and he thinks it would be under consideration if the council and he can come to terms as to what that interim post would look like. So what we're going to try to do is put together a contract that is acceptable to both parties and hopefully bring it forward on Tuesday for council to do.
I think it's a good decision for this city. Rick Kuckkahn is familiar with the staff. They've worked with him well. Again, during this time here with the city, his evaluations were always good. We're just looking for somebody short term, and we're not for sure that he's going to accept that position. So, hopefully he does, so we can keep moving forward and focus on the bigger picture, which is hiring a permanent city manager for the city of Scottsbluff.
The council will further discuss these matters during their Tuesday night meeting on January 21st. Well, locals got to hear the state of the state as Governor Pete Ricketts concludes his state fly-around in Scottsbluff on Wednesday afternoon. Property tax relief, flood relief, and workforce and business expansion highlights this year's priorities for Governor Ricketts as lawmakers embark on their new 60-day legislative session. After delivering his remarks yesterday morning, Ricketts took to the skies to fly to Grand Island, North Platte, and Scottsbluff to deliver his State of the State address to local communities. At Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Ricketts says property tax is his top priority and will be recommending roughly $500 million in property tax relief over the next 3 years. He also has money allocated to help local farmers and ranchers as well.
I have other things in the budget as well. For example, one of the issues that you all are very well aware of is the irrigation tunnel that collapsed in eastern Wyoming and cut off those over 50,000 acres here in Nebraska, impacting our sugar beet industry, hundreds of farm operations. The cost to do the emergency repairs on that tunnel and repairs to another tunnel as part of that system is about $3.8 million, and I have allocated that, appropriated that in my budget recommendation to reimburse the irrigation district to be able to make those emergency repairs.
Ricketts says since he's taken office, he's helped increase the property tax credit relief fund by more than 20% to provide $275 million annually back to Nebraska land and property owners. And Scottsbluff Police are investigating a recent rash of vehicles damaged by BB guns. Sergeant Dominic Peterson says yesterday, officers were called to 8 incidents of vehicle vandalism throughout town, and following investigation, determined that glass had been broken out by a projectile object consistent with either a BB or pellet. The estimated monetary loss to all vehicles involved is expected to be around the $3,500 mark and growing. Officers are currently investigating leads to track down those responsible, and if you have any information, you can contact the Scottsbluff Police Department. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer's in with a look at your Thursday evening forecast. We'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
When you're Arby's, you can do certain things, like load roast beef and curly fries onto a sandwich. Add horsey sauce, Arby's sauce, and cheddar cheese sauce on there. Sell them 2 for $6. And when you're Arby's, you can call it the Arbinator. Because if you aren't, Arbinator is a super strange name to just invent. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
As we go through the evening hours, we're going to see skies that are going to be partly to mostly cloudy. Winds are going to be on the decrease, which is good news because they've been strong again throughout the day today, and temps falling only into the low 30s overnight tonight, upper 20s and low 30s. Winds are going to return tomorrow, though, so don't have any fear about that. Big storm moves off to our east, and then we're going to deal with mild temps that are going to continue, and it will not be as windy this weekend, which isn't really saying a whole lot because it's been very breezy of late. 45 yesterday for a high after a morning low of 11, about normal for this time of year. And no precip as we still continue with just 1/100th for the year so far. Big area of a lot of cold air off to our north and east. Those areas experiencing quite a bit of cold air up around Watertown at 1 below. Sioux Falls is 6. That cold air retreating to the north and east. And we've got temps here in our immediate area that are mostly in the 30s, a few upper 20s. Mullen at 28, Valentine also 28, Torrington almost 40 degrees, and winds are still pretty strong. They've come down a little bit, but they continue out of the south-southeasterly in direction, and we're dealing with a pretty good bout of winds, 15 to 20, 25 miles an hour, which is dropping wind chills into the teens in the Sandhills and low to mid-20s for the rest of us. As we look at your bus stop forecast, getting on the bus tomorrow with quite a few clouds. It'll be 29, and then by afternoon, it's still going to remain cloudy and windy again with temps in the mid-40s on your bus ride home. So all in all, not a bad-looking day tomorrow if you can get past some of the winds. So skies are going to turn increasingly cloudy overnight. Notice some freezing drizzle and freezing rain as close as North Platte, even into near the Mullen area. They're going to be on the far west edge of that storm system overnight. Temperatures are going to fall down into the 20s for most of us. Only 30 for a low tonight in Chadron. Then for tomorrow, we're back at it with mostly cloudy skies. You'll see the snow showers develop for a brief period of time in the afternoon and move across the region. Maybe rain or snow showers. Can't rule those out completely as everything moves on off during the day tomorrow. Again, it's going to be very light and not add up to a whole lot anywhere across the region. And temps are going to be into the 40s tomorrow again for our highs. As we take a look at snowfall, mostly light, maybe an inch or two around the Lusk area. Most everybody not going to end up with enough to measure, certainly a trace to maybe an inch at most. So overnight tonight, 28 with clouds and winds both on the decrease. And for tomorrow, we'll deal with mostly cloudy skies. Again, windy, temperatures in the upper 40s. That's the good news, but those winds could gust 45, maybe 50 miles an hour at times for tomorrow. And then as we look at our 7-day forecast, the winds come down a bit Saturday. Temps do as well into the low 40s. Upper 40s to near 50 Sunday into Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday as well. And then mid-40s for next week. All in all, though, a mostly dry 7-day forecast, and hopefully winds can start to abate a little bit across the region.
2 of the most Arby's sandwiches ever made for $6. They're big, but downing 2 is possible. You just gotta believe in yourself. I believe in you. Arby's, we have the meats.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Welcome back. Cheyenne County authorities say a Colorado man was killed early Sunday morning in a single vehicle accident. Cheyenne County Attorney Paul Schaub says 44-year-old Charles Hartsfield of Crook, Colorado was ejected after rolling his pickup near the intersection of Highways 19A and Road 113. Investigators say the pickup was determined to have been traveling north on the county road, approaching the highway when it left the roadway and rolled 2.5 times. Well, the 19-year-old's driver has been cited for his role in a Wednesday afternoon traffic accident in Scottsbluff. Police say that Braden Strumpler was driving on 27th Street and failed to stop at the red light at the Highway 26 intersection. Strumpler's vehicle collided with an eastbound vehicle driven by Cody Chapman, and Chapman sustained minor injuries and was treated and later released from Regional West. Strumpler was cited for failure to obey a traffic control signal. And a 26-year-old Scottsbluff man has been sentenced to 8 to 10 years in prison and will have to register as a sex offender after pleading no contest to amended charges stemming from a 2018 sexual assault. Christopher Hartsicker was sentenced last week in Scottsbluff County District Court on a charge of attempted first-degree sexual assault. Court documents say that the victim found her clothes had been removed when she had spent the night at his home, and when she woke up in the morning, had felt like she had been sexually assaulted. During the sentencing, his 29-year-old sister, Deja Della Hartsicker, jumped up and started screaming profanities at Judge Andrea Miller, and she was subsequently arrested for disturbing the peace and resisting arrest. Well, straight ahead, Chris Cottrell will be in with the latest from the sports desk. I love that right after the break here on KNEB.TV News.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more, tow more, go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gearing.
You said yes. Together, you planned every detail. You married. And then you realized 500 square feet just isn't enough room for 2. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. You decide to add another to your family. You start reading parenting books. You're amazed that such a small human could need so much space. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Now, sports from the First National Bank Sports Desk. First National Bank of North Platte, the bank to think of first.
Cougar hoops on the tube earlier this week, and some more signings this time over at Gehring High School. We'll start with what was our first ever KNEB.TV broadcast for WNCC Athletics as we carried the women's and men's basketball doubleheader at home Tuesday night against McCook Community College. The Lady Cougars came in ranked 7th in the country, looking for their 15th straight win this year, and this one was really no contest right from the jump. Cougars jump out to a big early lead. At the end of the first quarter, it was 25-6. Tashara Morehouse, she's had a tremendous sophomore season. She led 3 in double figures. She finished with 28 points. Armani Pulling scored 21, and Juliana Valcheva finished with 17. With the win, the Cougar women right now 17-1 this year and 2-0 in South Subregion play. The Cougar women play again. They'll be at home on Saturday against Iowa Western starting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now to the men's game. WNCC looking to rebound from a loss at NJC in Sterling last Friday night, and it was McCook that was able to get out to a nice early lead in the first half. At halftime, a 46-37 lead for McCook. A little bit of a struggle early on for WNCC, but second half action would turn things around. That included the nation's leading scorer, Husker recruit Teddy Allen. He found his groove, knocked down some big-time three-point shots, off balance, contested, deep, and down the stretch he was big. He'd finished with 37 points. Kenny Strawbridge a big go-ahead three in the closing moments as the Cougars go on to get the win 99-90. They are now 11-6 so far this year, and they'll be at North Platte Community College on Saturday night. Chuck will have that one for you radio on KOZY 1013 at around 5:45. Now let's get to Gehring High School. We go there from Monday afternoon. A pair of senior tennis players, Mark Karff and Dyson Dollarhide, both signing to play at Midland University in Fremont.
I really like the program there. It's a really great team culture. I mean, the players, the coach, I mean, just everything about it just fits perfectly with me and what I wanted in a college experience.
First thing probably was like the atmosphere and then Coach Campos. Also, the indoor courts are really nice, and I really like the campus.
Karff was the Bulldogs' #1 singles player for the past few seasons, and after a rough start to his career as a freshman, really got things in gear.
Well, I'm going to be blunt here. The first couple years were just, that was just right there, and then I guess I put in a lot of work on the off season in between my junior year and senior year, and that's when it just went, woo, a little bit. It kind of went up from there, and I mean, it really just shows how hard work can pay off, and just putting in the extra hours and sacrificing a little bit of your time to go hit an extra serve or something like that can just help your game.
Dollarhide found tennis to be a passion of his over the last couple of seasons and says this opportunity to play at the next level is great because simply it allows him to keep the racket in his hands a little bit longer.
It's really exciting because I like tennis more than any other sport I've ever played before. And it's nice that I can keep going after the 4 years in high school. I can play another 4 years and hopefully play a little bit after college. Who knows?
Dyson and Mark plan on being roommates together as they've signed to play tennis at Midland University. Congrats out to both young men. And we've got high school and Cougar basketball on tap this weekend. Make sure you check out that broadcast calendar at kneb.com for times and stations for the Scottsbluff Gehring and WNCC games coming up over the next few nights. That is the latest today from right here at the First National Bank Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan back to check our community calendar right after this on kneb.tv.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Compliments for You and Your Home, we're not ready to take down Christmas decor quite yet. Stop in and pick up great Christmas decor at great prices, with all Christmas items 30% off. And remember, Compliments has ladies' fashions that appeal to all ages and sizes. Be sure to look through our clearance racks for last chance bargains. Compliments for You and Your Home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
At Platte Valley Bank, we offer loans with competitive rates and quick decisions from our experienced lenders. Our team works hard to get to know you and your business. From ag to auto, home loans, and everything in between, we're here to help. Stop by Platte Valley Bank or apply online to find the loan that is right for you today.
And finally tonight, officials with the Nebraska Public Power District are warning customers about a new scam to get people to part with their money related to the district's statewide power meter replacement project. NPPD spokesman Grant Oten explains how the scam works.
The scammers are basically calling and they're threatening the customer to pay basically a service charge for a new meter. And right now we're installing meters at Scotts Bluff, and we had a report of at least one person that was targeted in Scotts Bluff.
NPPD Vice President and General Manager of Retail Tim Arlt says anyone who receives such a call should not let their guard down and should contact NPPD and law enforcement immediately. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.